You know what, Colby?
What was that, Barry?
What? It's a good one, right? It's a good one. You like that?
And no one's guessing it off that, but on the nose.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the second movie of Who Am I? And yeah, what a pick!
Yeah, this is quite a different movie than we are used to watching.
Oh yes, this is very artsy. I don't know, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the cast of this film, there's like nobody has a name. It's just guy, girl, chaos.
Right, teacher.
Parka dude.
Kid.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
But before we let you know what we're talking about, let's go to our one segment where I explain bad movies. Or not, where I explain movies badly. This movie is about... What movie? 2015's Embers.
What's that? In a post-apocalyptic world, ravaged by virus, nobody can remember the past, and no one can remember the future. How will we survive? Ember.
Oh, this is that's the Tubi description, right?
No, I just made that up.
Oh, I think it starts off like that. In a post-apocalyptic world, ravaged by viruses. I don't know. This is It feels like it's gonna be sort of a hard movie to really go through. Like canonically, I don't know how to say that.
Right. It is 5 stories kind of intertwined.
See, we have boy girl, not a boy girl, but a boy and a girl.
Right.
Or guy girl. We have chaos. We have teacher. We have boy. We have southern princess.
And bunker.
Oh, and then we have bunker, which we never like. And really, this movie feels a lot like they are like metaphors for stuff. Yes,
I thought that too, but then I couldn't figure out a metaphor for any of them. But I felt like they should be, and then I like went online and I was like, explain this movie to me. And like sometimes you're like when we watched Mandy, I was like, I don't get the end. Google, explain it to me. And every single person who wrote about the end of Mandy had a different theory, so I still didn't know. But nobody had a theory on this. They just basically all recapped the movie.
Yeah, I feel like it would be hard too, mainly because it's not. It looks like it's one of those indie films.
It was.
It stars Baby Ritter.
Yeah, all of its theater release was all like film festival stuff.
Oh yeah,
and it won awards.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it did pretty well. And I think so. I think the best way that we can really talk about this is talk about each person's story individually, versus intertwining them all. It really could have taken the format of when like shows or like when shows typically do like Bart's Day, Lisa's Day.
Right.
And then kind of like show it all together at the end.
Yeah, so the real basic of the underlying story is the world is ravaged by a virus that basically just destroys your memory.
Yeah.
So you forget who you were. You still have motor skill and you still have muscle memory, but you forget who you were, and then almost like 50 First Dates, every day you wake up and you don't remember what you did the day before. You're a brand new, but since you don't remember the past, also every day is kind of like a fresh new day.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I think I remember watching some sort of documentary or some sort of informative piece of media where a like neurosurgeon talks about how there's parts of the brains that hold certain information, and so it seems like this virus it attacks mainly the part of the brain that deals with like personal memories or something like that, because everybody like once they go through it, like Colby had said, that people have muscle memory, people can still know how to speak,
Right.
even some of them even portrayed being able to speak other languages.
Right. They have basic knowledge. Like there was the one guy remembers, what a watch is, and he tried to explain to the little boy, what time was,
Yeah.
but without any concept of
Space.
Right. And he's like, well, without time, you don't have, let me explain space. And then he tries, and then by the time he's done explaining space, he's like, and without space, you don't have time. So let me explain time to you, because he didn't realize he already had done that.
Yeah.
Because
that
had already slipped away.
Okay, well, I wanted to ask you. So this person is very brief in the movie, but remember when he picks up the umbrella?
Yes.
Do you know what piece he's doing?
I would assume that's Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. I grew up. I grew up with one of my uncles, and the TCM or the Classic Movie Channel. Mm-hmm. That was always constantly playing in his bedroom, and sometimes I just would watch movies together, old movies together. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's doing Singing in the Rain. So, and it's probably something that he's always loved. So that's crazy. But yeah, that's what Colby was explaining. Like people, it's also funny too. Like when he's trying, have you ever tried to explain something that you understand completely, but then when you try to articulate it, you're like,
yes, yeah,
yeah. And also, a lot of the people here seem to, their like short-term memory is it's like goldfish.
Right. While you're doing something, you're remembering that you're doing it, but as soon as you stop and then start to concentrate on something else, then that previous thought starts to fade away.
Yeah. It's pretty terrifying just as far as that aspect goes.
It is.
The only reason I think there's a lot of like each person has a specific like moral story to it is like the small conversations that you get like from the in between of what you can really gather, right? So like we can start right now for like the guy and the girl, they wake up, John Ritter's son. I'm sad that he never got as famous as his dad.
Right?
Because he looks like a chubby version of John Ritter.
Yeah.
But
and when I first saw him, I was like, I so recognize him.
And then
I had to look it up, and I was like,
we've been waiting for you. Was that was like what, like a kid show for you, right? Like what you hear that? Like
that would have been
yeah. Yeah, first I got introduced to John Ritter through Problem Child. Do you remember that movie?
Okay, yep.
Where he adopts a gingerhead kid and he's like a devil.
Oh yes.
No, and so we start off with them waking up together, and this is where the beginning of the movie, he does things like I want to remember like the rain showers in June, the sound of ice cream truck.
Right. Yep.
Saturday morning cartoons, but then the moment that he wakes up, it's all gone.
Yeah.
And he wakes up next to this who I presume is his wife, maybe, because they wake up together. They look at each other. They're like, "Who are you?" But they both have like these like bracelets.
Right.
So
that are matching.
Yeah. So it could be used as like indicators that they've known each other from the previous day. I just don't understand. Well, I'll save my thoughts for later, but so they start to figure that maybe they've known each other and they've been traveling together,
right?
And as they wake up in this apartment, they figure out small things. She takes out food from the cupboard. She canned fruit lasts forever.
Yeah, and they're kind of like they're in an apartment building.
Yeah.
So they leave like one apartment and they kind of go to look to see if there's anybody else in the building. There isn't. They kind of go into a couple other rooms. They find some more like canned food and stuff, so they take it.
Yeah. It looks like they might have been there for a cool minute, though, right? And as they're exploring, John Ritter's like, oh, he says that something doesn't sit right with him while she's trying to, like, tidy up the place.
Right. She's like, let's go back to our room because I don't feel safe. And they
Yeah.
go back to their room, but as they pan around the room, it is not the same room.
Is it not?
It's not, because the first room, there's like above the fireplace, all the paint is all like crackly.
Yeah.
And he goes over and he's like picking on it and like peeling it while she first wakes up. And then when they walk the apartment and they come back and the paint is all like really nice above the fireplace when she's like cleaning up. And I'm like, I don't remember there being a couch because the first room they were sleeping on the floor.
Oh, yeah. They would have slept on the couch instead of the floor.
So that's when you start to get the idea that it's not just they've lost their memories from the past, but they're also continuing to lose their memories of the present.
That's great. Yeah, it's pretty insane. But like they had this huge, almost not an argument, but they have this disagreement. John Ritter's like, I feel like we're not supposed to be here. I feel like we're supposed to go to a better place.
Right.
And she's like, well, why? Why? It's safe here. It's, we have food here. And she's like, John Ritter's like, no, it's not going to last. And so, like if we're like maybe looking towards like maybe it's like they've had marital problems in the past before where they had disagreements where maybe she was much more of an introvert and he was much more of an extrovert.
Right.
But like he eventually gets her to leave the house and they travel together. Thankfully safely, because in other people's stories it's not so safe.
Right.
They end up at this abandoned church where they desecrate the house of God by fucking in it.
They don't know it's a church. They just think that the sunset coming in through the stained glass windows is beautiful and it's just very peaceful to them. And this is like, it makes them feel
horny.
Safe, which then makes them feel horny.
I know. It's pretty sweet though, because you get some slight boobage and you get to see a nipple. Not like they cut away from it. I was like so bad. I was like, no, we should have this a little bit longer. But they wake up. They're like by the fireplace, and the girl is like, I don't like. Do you remember falling asleep?
Right.
It's like a dream.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember ever entering a dream? No, right?
Right.
And she's like, maybe if we fall asleep, what if we forget each other? John Ritter's like, no, we're not going to forget each other, babe. And they're like...
Right, and at this point, she's calling him Ben, because she's like, I don't know what your name is, but you look like a Ben.
Oh, no, like, wasn't it like Billy or something? And John Ritter's like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
and
I'm not a Billy.
And she's like, I love you, Ben.
Yep.
Which could, like, it could harbor back to, like, the whole... muscle memory thing, right? And he's like, yeah, that sounds right, because I'm all about the Benjamins. But they end up falling asleep together, and then when they wake up, we have the same situation, right?
Right.
Where they're like, who are you? But, she's like sleeping on him, so it's kind of easy to tell that you're previously together.
Right.
In a good, good old fashioned.
I don't remember you, but I must know you because my body was draped over yours.
Exactly, right? And so the next morning they go out to travel a little bit more. She accidentally steps on a nail. Right. And she's bleeding profusely, and Ben or John Ritter is like, oh no, you have to stay, you can't walk. You might get more sick.
Right.
I mean, she definitely is dying because she has tetanus now. But.
Yeah, and there's like another like kind of a apartment building-y kind of thing, and he's like, let me run over there, see if there's something I can get to wash this or to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want you to leave me, but he's like, no, I'll just be a second.
And so he goes in, he comes out with a bottle of water, and he absolutely forgets why he's even there.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, water. I was thirsty. That must be why I got this.
Let me
go ahead and drink this. And then
I got super sad. Like,
walk away.
And then by the time it pans back to the girl, she's like, what's going on?
Right.
It's super sad. This must be what like Alzheimer's people like feel like.
Really?
And I always make the
Yeah.
joke like, well, because Alzheimer's, like my grandma had it. I don't know if it runs in my family, but I was like, oh, at least I get to meet new people every day. And
So Alzheimer's isn't bad for you. It's just bad for everyone around you.
it's bad for the people watching. And so so they accidentally split up. She ends up like waiting for the wound to stop bleeding as much.
Right.
And she starts walking out. And their story pretty much ends where like, it's about to rain. And they all collude into this, like, a lot of people come into this one, like, warehouse-like figure.
Yeah.
And she looks over to the man next to her who has the same bracelet, and it's John Ritter.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God. She's like, hey, we have the same bracelet.
Yep.
We must know each other. And so, like, I think maybe it's like, I think that was like, it could have been an allegory for like marriage or something. That like, maybe, or like just relationships in general. Maybe like at the start of it, you're not good for each other. You spend some time away, and then you come back, and it's better.
Right.
You come back with better perspectives. But that's just me reaching. Let's talk about Miranda. Miranda is the girl in the bunker with her dad.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Oh man. So we start off with her waking up almost like in a futuristic like fashion.
Yes.
She has an Alexa that does memory games with her to make sure that she hasn't been infected.
Right. It tests her every morning.
Every morning with like word jumbles and counting backwards. And she has been in this bunker for 9 years.
Yeah.
Fuck. With her.
And she's got to be about 16.
Maybe, yeah, like 17, maybe 18 possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe she was 9.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. We don't know the logistics, right? The movie forgets. But but like she's been stuck in this thing with her dad, who I presume was a important scientist.
I feel like he was a rich art dealer.
Or that too.
Because he doesn't seem...
But why is he in a bunker?
Because he had the money
Oh, that's true.
to get in there.
Yeah.
Because she a number of times makes comments about like I don't want to be a piece of art in your museum. Mm-hmm.
Well, like he makes her do like art too. Like she's like
right.
she plays the cello. They have that weird moment.
Yeah,
this is weird. But no, she's basically lived in this bunker her entire life with just her father.
And it was one of those things like I could like weirdly relate because we were just like we just had COVID and we were all like trapped in the house for a year and that was terrible. And
for you.
And she's been trapped down here for 9 years with only her dad and like a limited amount of things to do, and that's just gotta be just terrible, like a prison.
Yeah, and I'm just really glad it didn't get subjected into what's that? It's not the Ophelia complex or whatever, or the Oedipus complex.
Oh, right.
It's the what's the opposite of that? It's like hold on. All right, well, it's the fucking the one where the chick wants to bang her dad,
right? Yeah.
But no, like she obviously like they're much more technologically advanced because they're like looking through things through holograms. She's playing music, like really shitty stock music that the film couldn't afford to get regular music for. But she's feeling trapped. She wants to get out of here.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know if like the world is still in this apocalyptic state.
Right. They don't know. And the dad's just like, it's not worth us trying because if somebody who was in the bunker had left and the apocalypse was over, they would have come back and let us know.
Yeah. Or he said that we would have gotten a message.
We would have gotten a message. And since nobody has sent us a message, we have to assume the apocalypse is, or this memory virus is still
running rampant.
And so we can't leave, because if we leave, we'll forget art and beauty and love, and
ourselves.
Then those are the things that make humans human. And so by losing those things, we will just, life's not worth living. And she's like, this is a prison, and I would rather forget those things to have a little bit of freedom, I guess.
I know, but like when I like think about it as like from her point of view too, like her freedom is like very fleeting, like because you're constantly forgetting. Like I don't know, that's like a nice like little philosophical question for yourself, right? Like, would you rather have these fleeting moments of freedom, but forget yourself, or maybe stay stagnant, but at least remember the things? I mean, it's a fair point on him though, because he at least has a good chunk. He has, what was he, like maybe like 55?
Yeah.
He had like 45 years of memories that he's trying to hold on to. She has 8 years maybe, like, and 4 or 5 of those she can't remember really.
Right. So mostly what she has is like this like hologram photo album of like her mom who's been gone.
Yeah, and her friends when they were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if he had just bunkered up like a couple more like kids with her, maybe.
Yeah, I'm like, if the bunker was full of people, it would have been a totally different.
Right, a nice little underground civilization.
But you get the impression that people got tired of being cooped up and left to go see if the world, and then forgot to come back.
Yeah, or like maybe he didn't have enough supplies for more people, because the food that they're eating looks like goop.
It does not look good.
There's no cheese in there, Colby.
There.
So dejected, like, a cheeseless world. It's just put me in hell.
That's a world worth forgetting.
Oh man, but so they end up having their dispute, and she's just like, I can't stay here. Like, I have to leave.
Right, and he's like you can't. And then she waits till he goes to sleep, and then she goes into her room, and she's like, computer, do a self-diagnostic, and it starts asking her the questions, and she purposely gets all the answers wrong. And it's like, there is a 96% chance you are infected. Yeah. And then she just kind of basically like prints that out and puts it next to her dad's side of the bed and then leaves. And so that it's like...
Is that what she was saying?
That's what I got out of it. That dad was going to wake up and see, he's like, oh, you were infected, so you left to save me.
Oh, I thought she just like left the note like, I have to leave. I thought she was...
Maybe.
Yeah, I thought she was doing that test and like she was doing it wrong because she was just so frustrated with having to do it every day for the past 9+ years.
Right.
She's like, I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
She knew the daughter was in the hallway downstairs picking up the pink scarf. That bitch. But she ends up, when she ends up getting out of the bunker, she's feeling the air on her face for the first time in 10 years.
Right. Yeah, because it's an underground bunker, so there's not even windows to the outside. Yeah. I mean, it's...
Yeah. Well, if you have windows, you have people that can try to come in.
It's true.
But yeah, she's overlooking the city, and she just starts to go. Which I was like, I looked at it, maybe it's like a way, like it's like maybe a parent-child relationship about having the father having to let go, or like the parents having to let go of their child, and the child trying to go through the hard decision of trying to be independent and become their own person.
I am definitely, yeah, because at this point, this like dad's like, I know what the real world's like, and I don't want you to go out there. Mm-hmm. And she's like, nope, I got to experience it on my own, Dad, because I don't believe anything you say, because you're a big old dummy.
You're a big old doo-doo head.
Damn teens.
One of the more interesting ones is the teacher. I don't know if he was maybe he was one of the scientists.
He was a neuroscientist.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because of all those books, right?
Yeah, and he knows who he is because one of the books he published and he turns it over and his picture is on the back.
Man,
so
what
he
a power
knows,
move.
So he's the one person who knows who he is and knows what he used to do. And because of that, he wants to try to solve this problem. But it's a problem that, like, no matter how much headway you make and how much notes you write, the next day it's still kind of starting from scratch.
At least he never remembers, you know. I mean, he's one of those people that just has to have a purpose for something.
Right.
You know? Well, actually, here, let me do the boy first, because that way, because their stories end up
meeting,
together, yeah. So the boy is this kid who's just traveling by himself. He meets random people. He just hangs out with them, and then he, like, leaves.
Right. And it's a boy who's... What is he? Got to be 10?
No, I don't know. I don't have kids.
So, like, I'm thinking, like,
Maybe
he's
8?
like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Which would mean that he was born and, like, he never talks because he probably didn't learn how to talk.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's true.
Then before the virus kicked in, and he doesn't know what parents are. And people are kind, and he runs into people who, like, try to help him, like the guy with the watch. But and it's like those people remember, like, maybe they were parents and they just have that muscle memory of, oh, it's a child, I should take care of that, I should protect that child, until it walks away, and then I don't remember that it was there, and I go on with my life.
Yeah, he ends up meeting, like, a whole array of characters. We meet a southern princess.
Right.
Who, I was like, is she gonna diddle this kid? Like, she's like, yes, come in. I have so many things.
Right, and so, like, she's like 20.
Oh, yeah.
So she's living in a house, and her room is, like, set up for a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And that's basically, like, she's like a 21-year-old who's mentally a 10-year-old.
It's like that movie with Robin Williams, Jack.
Yeah. Right.
Like, the older she gets, the creepier it gets.
Yeah.
But, like, she even locks him, like, she's like, stay in this room, like, and she puts him underneath all of her stuffed toys, but then she, like, tries to bury him a little bit in it, and she's like, you're my toy now.
Yep.
But then the boy wakes up, dirty fingernails and all, and he puts his backpack on the weirdest way, and I was like, you know what, now that it makes sense that no one's ever taught him, he's just doing it the way he thinks
he's figured
proper.
out how to do it. Yeah.
I was like, I've never seen somebody do that before. But he continues working his way into the forest when he eventually runs into our neurological teacher.
Right. Who's got, like, who's smart enough, like, and has learned enough. So he's like the guy's like, I tie a piece of string to myself, and then I walk out to go collect firewood, and then I can always follow the string back.
Yeah.
And I don't go out into the forest and then get lost.
Yeah, and then, like, he has, like, notes around the house for himself, like how to build a fire.
Right.
You know, he has all of his books. So before the whole virus took over the world, he had made preparations to try to make sure he's able to survive.
Right.
You know, this also reminds me of a super sad Korean movie called like Remember You or some shit, where, like, the wife of the husband, she had, like, early Alzheimer's, and so he had put, like, notes everywhere, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But then she started calling him the ex-boyfriend, and he was just playing the role. Oh, super heartbreaking. But yeah, so the boy and the teacher end up staying together, and he's like, don't touch anything. But, you know, like, he eventually warms up to the kid. He, like, ties a string around the kid whenever the kid goes to get wood.
Right.
You know?
And then he's got little explanations. He's like,
Yeah.
Okay, he picks up an axe and holds it, like, shows the kid. He's like, I use this to chop wood. It's sharp. I don't know how I know how to use it, but when it's in my hands, I know what to do with it. You're a child. This is not for you because you can get hurt. You pick up little sticks, I will cut big sticks, or the logs.
Yeah, and he even teaches him how to ride a bike.
Right, yep.
And I don't know if the kid ever came back, though. But he's teaching the kid.
He did.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
But, you know, the teacher's like, yeah, attaboy. And it was like, yeah, and then that's where, like, their story kind of ends. It's a little sad, but I'm just happy that, like, at least they have each other.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure every day he's waking up like, oh, fuck. How's this little kid doing next to me? One of the more disturbing ones that we do have, and I think it's the last one, right? As far as, like, the stories go, we've done the teacher and the kid. We have guy, girl. We have Miranda and the father. So I think the only one we have left is really Chaos, right?
Chaos, yeah.
I really could have done without his storyline for this movie. But it's some kid. He's just wilding out everywhere. He's constantly breaking things. Really, everything all about his characterization is spot on for Chaos.
Yeah, he's like the super ADD kid who just breaks things when he's bored.
Yeah.
But since he doesn't understand the world, he's always bored.
Yeah.
And so it's basically his story as he goes from place to place and just
Breaking shit.
Goes into an apartment and breaks the chairs and breaks the windows. And then he goes into a parking garage and he picks up a pipe and he breaks the windows out of all the cars that are in the parking garage.
But his is probably the more disturbing thing because he ends up running into a girl and he chases the girl and tries to rape her.
Yes.
But, you know, thankfully she gets away because as he's chasing her, a horse appears.
Right.
And he's like, oh, fuck, it's a horse. Well, he doesn't, I don't know. He doesn't say it's a horse. But
right. But it's a big animal that could be dangerous. Could not be. He's very confused by it.
Yeah, he's very cautious of it because, you know, it's a fucking horses are huge.
Yeah. And it's... He's distracted enough by it that the girl can run off.
I was like, thank God. Oh.
And then, by the time he's done looking at the horse, he was distracted long enough he has now forgot that it was a girl.
Yeah. Thankfully, right? But then when he's in the parking garage breaking stuff, he ends up breaking... He goes into a car, tries to go to sleep, and then he gets jumped by 3 guys.
Yeah.
And then he gets boys don't cry, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like, they take advantage of him.
And I'm like, why? Like, first of all, I was like, did the 3 of you wake up together and we're like, this is what we're going to do today? I just can't imagine if you woke up, if like maybe you're like a shitty person before this virus got to you. If you woke up and it's a brand new slate for everybody. Why would you backslide into that? Like
it definitely gave me the impression that the writer or whatever felt that there was good people and there was bad people, and
just like naturally evil people.
Just naturally, like, you know, whether you have a mental disorder or you're just, you know, you've had enough problems in the past that they have just stuck with you. That you just can't. Even forgetting doesn't make them go away.
Yeah, it could be that.
And it's just kind of like that no matter how bad or how much you forget, like something your past was so bad that you still act up around it. And even getting a fresh slate every day is not enough. That there's just still some people who are always going to be chaos.
Yeah, I was like the thought came into my head is like maybe the guys that are like sodomizing this kid, I was like, were they like repressed, like homosexuals possibly? Like, you know how there's always that thing on TV where like the jock is like super harsh on like the gay kid,
right?
And
because
he's gay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just thought about that scene from fucking that Martin Lawrence movie with Dave Chappelle, where he's like, "What can you tell us about Logan?" Where he's a diamond thief.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I only know one thing, and that he's gay." Gay. Okay, Dave Chappelle, dude. Yeah, and the chaos. The kid is like super distraught. He's crying, and like weirdly enough, this kind of sticks with him long enough for him to like cry in the hallway and then think about going up to the roof and jumping off. But the moment he gets on the ledge and he starts looking down, he's crying still, but he starts to wonder why he's crying.
Yeah.
And then he just stops, and then he starts.
And then somebody walks by on the street down, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to throw bottles at that person and laugh at them."
Yeah,
because
why not?
Right.
And I thought I was like, all right, maybe that's just like that could be like the thing where like hurt people type of situation where like
right.
To make things maybe go away, you hurt somebody else because you're hurting inside, or like, it's that vicious cycle of abuse that a lot of these people endure.
Right.
Because then, like, isn't the statistics pretty high for, like, if you're abused as a child that you might become...
Typically, yeah. People who are abusers were abused.
Ugh, it's like so sad. I know, like I like listen to all these like murder podcasts, and then they always come up with like, well, he was abused as a child. I don't know. And then there's always like those like scenes in like shows sometimes where like the main character is like, I can't have children, and it's like, why? It's like, because I'll hurt them.
Yep.
I was like, Gee.
Yep.
Oh man, I think. And that's like one of the last ones, right? We do actually end up on a good note because it's we get the ending with the guy and the girl beating back together.
Right.
Yeah. So before we continue on, that's like pretty much the end of the movie. Before we continue on, let's go to our other segment. We got the high star and the low star. Kobe? Yeah. This one is a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. A breath of fresh air. This has a feel of an old-style sci-fi with a new and original ideas that are plausible. The plot is pleasantly original and the genre of post-apocalyptic films. Due to the nature of the plot, it's hard for the story to be handed out on a silver platter, so a lot of inference and loose ends take place. I feel these do not detract, rather add to the film's brilliance. The style is out of the ordinary and unique, but the story being told that I found most captivating and enjoyable. There is no portion of this film that wasn't expertly executed, extraordinarily brilliant.
And then we have 1 out of 10. One of the worst movies I've ever watched. Watch this on Amazon. Truly one of the worst movies I've ever watched. Stupid premise. Humanity has been decimated by a virus that causes humans to be incapable of forming memories. If humans could not form memories, we would not remember how to use language and would be incapable of talking to each other. End of the movie. See, that's a person who doesn't realize that those are two different parts of the brains.
Right. Yeah, because you get a lot of times where you have somebody who gets amnesia and they can still talk.
Yeah, it's because those are it's hard for you. So let's actually, before I like kind of bash on this guy's like whole review, it's just this movie is definitely gonna not be one of those movies that's for everybody.
Right. It's a weird slice of life. It is. An apocalypse happened, everyone lost their memory, and then it's like 9 years later, we're just going to take 48 hours out of time and tell you the stories that happened in that 48 hours. It's not like, here's how the virus happened. It's not, here's the cure. It's just, here is 48 hours out of their life.
Yeah, and like it's funny, it's weird because like this really could have been a part of a different movie. Like we could have definitely gotten that normal that normal movie where it's the start of this virus, and like everyone's panicking, chaos ensues. We have J.K. Simmons yelling somewhere in the background at a scientist. And and then we would watch the world slowly, dive into chaos, right? And then this could have been one of those like, oh well, if you like that movie, you might like the little web movie that they made about like just people's lives and stuff like that after.
Right. Yes.
And
yes.
It's definitely felt like that. I think another movie that did that was The Quiet Place, where it didn't start at the beginning. It just was already like 2 years in or something like
right.
that. And so I like this because it's one of those things where it's just like it's like a thinking movie,
Right. Yep.
And it's really it's funny. It's like this. It's the beauty and the mundane nature of the movie, where you're just watching people trying to just like survive.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And just seeing how people are handling it in different situations. And I think that's why this person, that the low review kind of doesn't realize that there's specific parts for the brain for specific things. He's like, well, if you can't remember, you can't make words. I saw this stupid protest sign of like, this like bigoted person. He's like, you're in our country, so speak English. But then he spells our. He spells our like you're in our country. He spells it ARE.
Right.
Instead of OUR.
Yes.
That's that review. That's that guy. That's the guy who left the review.
Yep. Yeah. No, and I definitely like this doesn't run like a regular movie. Oh. Like most movies, just like, here's the introduction. You meet the people. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, getting bigger. Here's the solution. Movie ends. Yeah. And this is not that. Mm-mm. The one other movie that I saw that reminded me of this was Paul Rudd was in a movie called This Is 40.
Oh, yeah, with Leslie Mann?
Yeah, and it's really like, it's just like a week. I mean, it's funny. It's a comedy. But it's like a week out of their life about, how much crappy stuff there is when there's 40. But it's not, there's not any like, it's not like we're going to get divorced and something happens and then we fall back in love and then the movie ends and it's saved by romance, or there's like none of that. Like, it's just like it's just a chunk of their life.
Yeah. And it's funny too, like you talk about that movie is because like I don't really see people talk too much about This Is 40. I thought that movie was hilarious. And it's just really just a movie about people dealing with like, just married life. Right. And it's like the little problems they have every day. It's not the big problem that gets solved at the end. Yeah. It's just, for some people, like, for them it's been able to work. In that movie, it's been able to work, right? Right. But I love, like, Leslie Mann is like one of like the hottest blondes I will ever like. It's funny, right? Because in like she's not like her body isn't like curvy like Marilyn Monroe type of status, right? But like she's so like funny, and it's hot. Like, do you remember that scene where she's like bullying that kid? She's with the little Justin Bieber haircut. Yeah. She's like, I will end you. and they bring it up to Paul Rudd. And he starts doing the same thing to Jenny McCarthy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the worst. You just poked me in my boob. He's like, no, I didn't. I did it right here underneath your shoulder. Yo, that's my boob. That's my nipple. I have really high nipples. I don't know how Paul Rudd kept it together. I would have lost it at that moment. If you guys don't know, Paul Rudd is just a celebrity version of Colby, though. I love Paul Rudd. Just Every time I see him, all I can see is that's Kobe. Oh man, but yeah, and so like that's a great like little comparison between like the mundaneness of this situation. This is 40, and this movie Embers, because there's nothing like there's no end game to this movie.
Right.
You know, there's no conflict resolution that has to happen at the end. It's just you get dropped in the middle of it, and then you end in the middle of it.
And I mean, like last night when the movie ended, I was like, am I disappointed because this didn't follow a track? I mean, it was good all the way through, but I felt like I was missing something. Mm-hmm. And then it was like I hung out and I had some dinner and then I went to bed. And this morning I woke up and I was like, you know what? I really, really enjoyed that movie. It had to sink in, and then my brain had to unwind the story, and then it was better.
I definitely think it could have got hurt depending on which ending that you would have stayed at, right? Say the order was, instead of I think it was teacher, kid, chaos, Miranda, and then guy and girl. I think that was the order.
Yeah.
If we had ended on chaos.
Oh, right.
I've been I felt bad. Obviously you all right, the chaos kid is a terrible person, right? But I don't think anybody deserves to get assaulted.
Right. Yes.
And then to watch him almost try to kill himself to just go back and start trying to hurt other people, I would have that would have made me I think upset.
Yes.
So
yeah, it was having the guy and the girl meet each other again was a little resolution.
Yeah.
And so then it was enough to close the movie out.
Yeah, and it definitely I think if we had ended the movie without them meeting again, it would have been sad. You know,
right.
even if you ended up if you had ended with if the order was chaos, Miranda, guy, girl, and teacher and boy. Right, that moment where he's teaching him how to ride a bike, that was sweet.
Right. Yep.
But if we didn't have the resolution of the guy and the girl, then I would have just been left with well, did they ever meet again?
Right.
I hope they met again.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, and it kind of left you with hope. Even in such bleakness, there's a little hope.
Exactly. So, it would have been I think they ended with the perfect pairing. With a guy and girl meeting again, and because when you got when he leaves her after getting the water bottle, you don't see him again,
right?
But then we still got little small glimpses of the girl,
right? And there's a beautiful scene where she sees the ocean for the first time and she's scared of it, but she plays with the sand and then she plays with the little waves and then she kind of goes out and plays in the ocean and it's
yeah, it's when you take your kid to the ocean for the first time. Yeah,
exactly.
It's awesome. Yeah, it was good, or there's there's a moment where she was collecting things to, I don't know, maybe eat or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Right, because people aren't making things because nobody remembers how to make anything. So it's a world of scavenge.
Wait, so at some point, are they just going to run out of food?
I would think. Maybe you've got some people who are
like the teacher.
Yeah, who can collect fruit and vegetables that just kind of naturally grow.
All right.
But yeah.
I mean, I guess your monkey brain as as someone who was trying to explain it to me might kick in, we have a lot of these natural indicators, right? The reason why people hate a collection of small holes, like the trypophobia or whatever the shit is called. That freaks me out too. It kind of sends that chill, and it's apparently supposed to be an indicator of something poisonous or something like that. or like your avertness to the color blue in nature, which indicates like poison, because blue is such an unnatural color.
Right.
So maybe like your monkey brain will like, oh yeah, I can't, I don't think I should eat that.
I know it was so interesting, like thinking about it was like how easily a virus could spread if you forgot you had it. Like every morning you woke up and you don't have any real symptoms, and you're like, I'm not sick. I don't remember getting sick, so I'm not sick. I'm fine to go out, and then you're just spreading. And
plus, that girl is probably like I know that girl is probably gonna die because she definitely has tetanus. Wait, did she step on a nail? She stepped on a nail.
She stepped
right?
on a nail, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna have tetanus. Does that give you like is rabies and tetanus a different?
They're very different. Yes.
I don't know why I always think like they're the same thing.
Tetanus is like a rust poisoning, so
Yeah.
it's gonna just like an infectious disease that's going to spread up her leg. Ooh. Where rabies is more like you.
That one's always
it's like
stuff.
like a zombie stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's always like zombie stuff. Yeah. Like if you guys haven't watched 2021's The Sadness, that one's like a rabies thing too. Now that one's gonna be on the YouTube channel. That one took forever. Like I was like editing this. I was like, this is gonna take forever because I had to blur out a lot, and I'm only halfway through. While we're still working on our, I'm also if you're listening to this, one of our first videos released in July. It's Shark Night.
Yeah, it is
because it is Shark Month.
Right.
It's like, damn, they really graduated to a whole month.
Right. Discovery's still Shark Week. They hold tight to that copyright.
Trademark. Oh yeah.
Like nobody else can say Shark Week.
Really?
But
like Animal Planet can't be like
nope. That's why
Shark
that's why they're like Great White Month or something like that. It's called.
All right. If you guys are joining, this is the first time you guys are joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. We're coming up to our hour, and the way that we do our reviews, we have 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and the Who Watches This Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where are you at for this one?
I would love to see if there was some commentary, some behind the scenes, a little bit of like, word with the director. I would probably do this. This is funny because like finishing this, I was like, oh, this is Stream It. I don't ever need to watch this again. But like now that I've thought about it, I'm like, I think I would probably Blu-ray this. This is, I would like to watch this again. And not like a lot of movies, I'm like, this movie is goofy and fun. I want to show all my friends. But like that select group of friends, you're like, hey, let's watch this, and then afterwards, like, we can discuss. Yeah, like it's almost like a movie you'd watch in like a sociology class, right. And then like you'd have a class discussion afterwards.
Oh yeah, or like a psychology class and stuff like that. No, yeah, definitely, yeah. Or it's like one of those movies that you pawn off to people, like, hey, watch this so we can talk about it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm probably in the same route with the Blu-ray. Even though there's nothing like visually stunning about this movie, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it was loosely based on some sort of graphic novel. The story kind of seems that way. Maybe it's loosely, just like M. Night Shyamalan's Old, where it was like based on a French graphic novel. I could see this maybe. Swedish graphic novels. I don't know, dude. Does Sweden have comics?
Right, I could see this being, because even like the first couple minutes, I was like, "Is this dubbed? Was this a foreign movie that they Englished over?"
Oh right, and then you saw John Ritter.
Then the Ritter. When I looked him up, I was like, "Oh, he doesn't know another language."
Yeah, John Ritter Jr.
He might. I'm sorry if you do.
I've always tried to watch like his stuff because I was such a fan of his dad. But I don't know if like Hollywood doesn't like John Ritter, that he's not being able to like nepotism his way in to like bigger things like Maya Hawke has. No hate to Maya Hawke. I love Maya Hawke in Stranger Things.
Yep.
But yeah, like I was like, oh, sweet, like it's John Ritter. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out everything down below. Make sure to check out our commentary channel on YouTube. It's WWT Commentary. For the respect for our other Who Watches This Burrows YouTube channel.
That's a very different channel, but
yeah, check them out too.
But yeah, you could like us both.
Yeah,
you just have to like us more.
Yeah.
And of course, we got our socials and stuff down below. Not our social security numbers, but our social media stuff. So you follow us and like and share, and that way you can always see when we drop new things, and you can give us suggestions and tell
plus
us
you don't
what you
want
like
our
or hate.
socials. There's so much debt there.
Yeah, we don't have enough followers to be making any money yet. So,
all right, guys, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out it as a theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her album Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.